Alabama is already a double-digit favorite over Tennessee the third Saturday of October. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about the third Saturday in October, when those Tennessee Volunteers travel to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Nick Saban Field. One of the biggest games on my Alabama Crimson Tide schedule. Alabama is out for revenge. We lost in Neyland Stadium last year. As a matter of fact, we done lost to those Tennessee Volunteers 2 out of the last 3 years. It ain't gonna happen in 2025. Not in Tuscaloosa, not in Bryant-Denny Stadium, not on Nick Saban Field. So Tennessee, you better be ready the third Saturday of October. But no matter how ready you are, you're gonna take a L back to Rocky Top. You can believe that. Now it's talking season. Matter of fact, it's only about 25, 26 days from the regular season. So it's time to talk. We ain't friends no more. The season is fast approaching and it's very close. So the friendship that I have with those Tennessee fans is going out the window until the end of the game, third Saturday in October. We can be friends again then. No, we cannot be friends up to that point. But after that point, we can be friends. No matter if you lose or if I lose, we'll be friends again. But anyway, let me get into this article. Bama Hammer. It's on Bama Hammer. If you wanna go read it for yourself. Tennessee fans and Alabama fans. Shout out to Bama Hammer. Alabama is already a massive favorite for the third Saturday in October. Yes, we are. There are a lot of big games on Alabama's schedule every year. It is. But aside from the Iron Bowl, the third Saturday in October holds a special place on the calendar. The fire was starting to wane during the Tide's 15-year win streak. But the Alabama-Tennessee rivalry has been reignited by the Volunteers' recent resurgence under Josh Heupel. And yes, Josh Heupel has resurrected that Tennessee Volunteers team. I got to give him that. The Vols have won 2 out of the last 3 matchups between the two programs, both in Knoxville. But with the game coming back to Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall, the Tide is a big favorite. The FanDuel Sportsbook has posted odds for 7 of the most important games on Alabama's schedule. And Kalen DeBoer's squad is 11.5 favorite over Tennessee. The spread is as large as 12.5 at other major sports books. Hoo-wee. Oh, boy, they got a whole lot of confidence in my Alabama Crimson Tide, just like I do. I got a whole lot of confidence that my team can beat anybody on the schedule. I mean, absolutely anybody. But anyway, Tennessee has risen back to national prominence. And a sent first signal by its 52-49 win over Alabama in 2022. Don't remind me, that's the game where Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt had a damn field day to the tune of 5 touchdowns. That's a memory that's etched in every Alabama fan's mind. And we ain't gonna never forget it. But anyway. Yeah, man. But Tennessee's ascent was first signaled by its 52-49 win over Alabama in 2022. And christened by a college football playoff appearance last year. However, the progress has been stymied. Ohio State, the eventual national champions, dismantled the Vols in the first round of the college football playoff. And this offseason, the program was rift with dysfunction, mainly by Nico. And that's a fact. Former 5-star quarterback Nico Maliava was known as the $8 million man when he signed with the Tennessee Volunteers out of high school. I called him the $8 million man as soon as I heard how much Tennessee was paying the guy. Before he even put on the daggone Tennessee Volunteers uniform. Man, make it make sense. But anyway, Tennessee was happy to pay the back up then. But after an underwhelming first season as the starter, Hyper refused to give ground in an NIL dispute, which sent Nico into the spring transfer portal. And I'm glad that Josh Heupel didn't give in to his demands, because as I said before, that would have opened up the floodgates for other players to do the same thing. So I commend Josh Heupel for that move. But yeah, sent Nico packing, went on to UCLA. Now, Nico is from LA. The LA native eventually picked UCLA, and the Vols executed a transfer portal trade of sorts, bringing back UCLA's quarterback Joey Aguilar. Aguilar began his career in junior college before becoming a prolific passer for 2 seasons at Appalachian State. Though, because he's replacing a highly touted returning starter like Nico, his arrival has put a damper on optimism surrounding the Tennessee Volunteers program, and that's a fact. Soon as Nico left, a lot of fans, a lot of other media pundits start doubting Tennessee as soon as Nico decided to leave. But in come Joey Aguilar from UCLA, like they said, kind of a trade. But Joey Aguilar, his first year at Appalachian State, he was lighting it up. He put up big numbers, but his second year, not so good. Appalachian State, they lost some people off that first team. He had a lot of young players around him, but that first year at Appalachian State, man, he was lighting it up. And maybe he could do it again. Like I said, he got better talent around him than he had at Appalachian State. And he got better talent around him than what Nico got at UCLA. I can tell you that right now. UCLA ain't got the caliber of players that Tennessee got. I don't give a damn who Tennessee lost. Just my opinion. But anyway, but Tennessee, yeah, they got a lot of optimism around them, man. But we'll see. We're going to learn a lot about Tennessee and Joey Aguilar in game 1 versus Syracuse. Don't let Syracuse fool y'all. Telling you, Syracuse was a 10-win team last year. Don't know what they got coming back. Really don't care. But that coach up there, the coach that left Georgia and went to Syracuse to become the head coach, man, he doing his thing over there. I can't remember his name, but he doing his thing at Syracuse, and he got them boys up there balling. So don't let Syracuse fool y'all in thinking they some type of Rudy Poot team, as I would call it, because oh boy, what is his name? Fran something, the head coach, but he came from Georgia and he got them boys on point. But anyway, unlike his 2022 resurgence season, Tennessee was led by its defense last year. But even that group took a significant dent in the offseason. Beyond losing edge rusher James Pierce Jr. to the first round of the NFL draft and defensive tackle Omar Norman Lott in the second round, Tennessee will be without star cornerback Jamard McCoy, who tore his ACL doing workouts in January for part of the season. So not only did they lose those guys on the defense side of the ball, they lost the most important piece on that offense last year, which was running back Dylan Sampson. That's a big piece. That's a big piece off that offense. I think losing Dylan Sampson to the draft is way more important than losing Nico to the transfer portal. That's what I think. But hey, we'll see what this Tennessee running back room look like this year. And, the next man up on defense. That's all it is. Next man up. And if that defense can look anything like it did last season, I still think Tennessee can be a playoff team. That's just me. But I don't think they're going to beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. No way, no how, no matter who you got on the field. I don't think it's going to happen. That's just me. Now, Tennessee fans, they might be confident by the time they get to Bryant-Denny, because guess what? A lot of football going to be played before the third Saturday in October. A lot of football. Tennessee, their fans, Alabama fans will know what their team is all about and what they're capable of. So, and we'll go from there. We'll go from there. All right, because it's going to be a lot of smack talk, especially if these two teams are winning at a high rate. It's going to be a whole lot of smack talk for that week. I can tell you that. So, but somebody, and I think it's going to be old KB and his compadres smoking a daggone cigar. I tell you that. Damn right. We're going to be smoking on Smokey. Smoking on Rocket Top. Yes, sir. Smoking on the Smoky Pack. Anyway, the Vols are projected to be worse on both sides of the ball in 2025, which has the Tide as big home favorites on the third Saturday of October, and the pressure on the boy to finally light up a victory cigar. Yes, sir. Coach Kalen DeBoer, Kane, Womack, also Ryan Grubb, Nick Sheridan. They'll get to light up a cigar. Daggone right. Along with old Ty Simpson and Jam Miller. Ryan Williams. I know he's young, 18 years old, but guess what? He'll get to light up him a cigar too. DeMonte Jackson. Zabian Brown. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Some of these guys that has never lit up a cigar. Like I said, Zabian Brown, DeMonte Jackson. Who else ain't never lit up a cigar? Ryan Williams, like I said. Those guys going to get to light up a cigar. Cam Calhoun and all those guys. Yes, sir. After beating the brakes off those Tennessee Vols. Yeah, I said it. Beating the brakes off of them. And I'm already calling it. Just like FanDuel and all of the other outlets. Double digits. Double digits. No doubt about it. Third Saturday in October. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Bryant-Denny Stadium. Nick Saban Field. It's going to be a massacre. Sure wheels. We getting our lick back. Getting some get back on them Tennessee Volunteers. Sure wheels. And guess what? After we do it to them, you know what we going to do? Nothing. Business as usual. We know how to act. We ain't finna tear down no goalposts. Taking them nowhere. We know how to act. Business as usual. Winning the third week in October for 15 years straight. That taught us a lot. Business as usual. No big deal. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So, anyway, Tennessee fans, tell me what y'all think about Alabama opening up as an 11.5 point favorite on FanDuel. But every other site got them a 12.5. Tell me what y'all think, Tennessee fans. All right? So, I know y'all ain't going to like it. But I know also some of y'all understand why. Because guess what? Y'all lost a little bit of y'all nostalgia when Nico left. But guess what? You know how you can get it back? By winning games. And it starts with opening weekend, game 1 against Syracuse. But y'all let me know what y'all think, Tennessee fans and Alabama fans. Put it in the comments. All right, so y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And roll damn Tide.